Shalom y'all, it's Tahila from Kifar Publishing, and today I'm going to talk to you about Mega Bloks and how to use them to teach a number of different concepts in a really fun way. So Mega Bloks are like really chunky Lego construction type toys. This set was actually donated to us, but you can find them Amazon, Walmart, Target, pretty much anywhere that sells toys for children, they have them. They're really reasonably priced and they're a really fun toy, and you can use them to teach a lot of different things. So there's a blog post on the website, the Kifar Publishing website right now, that has a number of tutorials for different ways that you can use Mega Bloks for teaching. So one of the activities that I'm going to show you today is already on the blog post. And the other one is something that's a bit newer, so that one I'm just going to show you directly, and then you can refer back to the website for pictures. So besides the Mega Bloks, we also use removable labels. So these are like really cheap. They're like 94 cents or something like that. And they come with 3 labels to a sheet. And so what I do is I cut them in half and then in half again on each side, so we end up with 12 labels instead of just the 3. So they go a really long way. Of course, the scissors you need for the cutting, and then markers, whether permanent markers or coloring markers, whatever it is that you want to do. So the Mega Bloks that we have in the classroom come in 4 different sizes. So there are the singles, what I'm going to call the singles, the doubles, the triples, and the quadruples. So these have the 4 prongs. Triples have the 3, doubles have the 2. We don't really use them for any of these activities that I'm doing now, so I'm going to take that out, and the singles that I use. So the first activity is for beginners. This is for students who are still learning the letters and the sounds that they make. And this one is actually a bilingual set. So started with a quadruple. This is the base, and I used again one of the labels that I cut into 4 pieces over here with the first 4 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and then also on the other side, the first 4 of the English alphabet, again using another set of the labels. And then on 8 of the singles that I have here, I just keep them in a resealable bag. These are also double-sided. So on one side, each single has a different letter of the Hebrew alphabet and a different letter of the English alphabet. Just to show you one more. And so the way that you play this game with students is have them pull one of the singles out of the bag, identify the letter, and then match it to the prong that's showing the same letter. And then, of course, you can play the game where it's on the English side as well, depending on whatever language it is that you're working on. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this for the Hebrew side. And the great thing about this activity is that it doesn't just teach letters. You can also use it to reinforce colors or to reinforce counting. So you can count the specific letters. You can count all of the letters as a whole. You can count only specific colors, like the red or just the yellow. As the child takes the single out of the bag, you can have them identify not just the letter, but also the color as well. So you can teach more than one thing at a time with this activity. And the reason why I like to use the labels as opposed to just writing directly on the Mega Blok, which of course you can, and that'll be even less work, is that the labels, once you're done with the activity or the student has mastered all of the letters, you can peel them right off and make a new learning set, or you can just peel them off and just throw them right back into the toy box or wherever you keep them. So you're not tied to just one set. If you just write directly on the Mega Blok, using the labels really makes a difference. So that's that. The other set that I'm going to show you is a more advanced activity, and this one is for students who already know the letters, know the sounds that they make, and they're working on reading and spelling. So the only additional material that I used here are index cards that I cut in half, and on one side they have the English word, and the other side the same word in Hebrew. And then I used 4 singles for this one, and on all 4 sides of the Mega Bloks I have a different letter. And so this one takes a little bit of planning. If you look on the website, you'll see a picture by what I mean by some planning. Because the object of this game is for students to use the Mega Bloks to spell out the word that's on their card. So when I do this with my class, because they have a pretty great Hebrew vocabulary, I have them read the English side first. So this word we have is dog. Tell me how we say dog in Hebrew, which is kelev. And then, without looking at the spelling, try to spell it out using the letters that are on here. And so the reason why I said it takes some planning is because you want to make sure that the letters they need to spell out a word are not all on the same block. They have to be on separate blocks. So for kelev, we need a kaf first, which is here, and then the lamed in the middle, and then the veit at the end. Then once they've spelled it out, they get to flip the card over and just double check that that spelling is correct. And so most of the cards that I have, like for instance, this is sheleg, snow, chalav, milk. Most of them are 3-letter words, and so we use the triple at the base, and then they can build it from right to left using these. But then there are a few longer words, and that's when we use the quadruple base, and they spell it out using whatever 4 letters are in that word. If I'm working with a student who doesn't have as much of a Hebrew vocabulary and they're just focusing on the reading, then I'll have them read the Hebrew side first. If they're not sure of what the word means, they can flip it over, find out, and then just practice spelling the word. And if they need to flip the card back over to see, they can do that as well. So, like I said, it's great for teaching reading or spelling, or for students who don't have a strong Hebrew vocabulary. It's great for giving them additional words that they can start to use of really common things like snow and sun and bread. You know, a lot of common words they can learn and start to incorporate into their everyday conversation. So that's pretty much it. Definitely check out the blog post. There are a number of other activities and learning sets that you can create with the Mega Bloks. And again, the great thing about having the labels is if you mess something up, or once they've mastered a concept and you want to teach something new, you can just peel the labels off, toss them in the trash, and make a whole new set. Or like I said, once you're done, if they've outgrown the Mega Bloks, then you can just peel them off entirely and put them back into the toy box or wherever you keep things. So that's all. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys again. Shavua tov.